Oh, sorry, I was just doing my vocal warm-ups in order to speak to all of you. You know, you're supposed to do that before you stream in order to protect your voice. You're supposed to go to loosen your throat muscles so that you can talk for a good amount of time so that you can carry on conversations with the likes of Arnabal Coco. Why did you miss me? There was nothing to miss, man. I've been here. I've just been doing projects, you know, putting ships into bottles, making paper mache airplanes, learning how to keep bees, trimming my fingernails to the correct length, which is only to the tip of your fingers. You don't need to have excessively long fingernails. You want to know what the problem with excessively long fingernails is? That's just a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for a bacterial disaster. I've been here all along. I freaking love putting ships into bottles. If I could keep time in a bottle. I don't know if that's how that song goes. I don't even know what that song is called. I've never even made a ship in a bottle. I was just trying to make an excuse for being a deadbeat. I was just trying to make an excuse for not being the most reliable father figure. But you know what? That's okay, because I want you to raise yourself. I want you to develop your own moral codes, your own rights from wrongs. I'm not a cat. Oh wait, yes I am. Meow, 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 meow. Меня зовут Odette. Wait, I don't know how to say cat in Russian. But that's okay, because this isn't a Russian stream. This is actually an English language stream. Also, hello, a non-okay guy. I'm glad to see you here, because you're very familiar. And so now I know that no matter what... Oh, I didn't have a bigger point to make. But it's nice to see you nonetheless. Pog? Pog? You mean like Christina Hendricks? Ha ha ha! Just kidding, that was pretty dumb. I think my mouth isn't flopping at the correct rate, but that's okay. It's Koshka? Привет. Здравствуйте. Как дела? Wait, I ran out of Russian phrases to say. I think I had two other ones. That was a dumb joke. Man, my face is not moving. The milk made me a cat. Dude, I just want to tell you one thing really quickly about my milk. I've been having to drink 2% milk for like a week because I had to get 2% milk because that's all they had at the grocery store, and it was driving me mad. It was driving me angry having to just drink that disgusting, watered-down swill, that poser milk for sissy lalas. I drink whole milk, my friend. Only whole milk. 2% is horrible, Rice-A-Go. You don't even know what you're talking about. Kid, I bet you drink oat milk, and that's not even milk. It's just oat water. It's just oat tea. What are you, a horse? You go prancing around, whinnying, galloping, munching on your little oats, prancing through fields with your long, flowing oat horse mane? That's disgusting. I hate horses and I hate you. Just kidding, Rice-A-Go, I don't hate you. I just don't like horses because horses are ugly. Nice to see you, Cadence. Nice to see you, Tatters. You are a cat like me. Full cream milk. Whoa. What if you just drank half and half? That would be really powerful, but then that would also obesity max you. And I don't want any of you to become obesity maxed because I need you here in another year whenever I stream again. You broke your teeth? Well, you better soak it in milk, my friend. Who said they broke their teeth? I don't hate horses. I just think that they are ugly. Horses are disgusting. They have long faces and big bulging eyes, and they stink, and they have weird noses. Ugh, I hate horses. I don't hate horses. I don't hate horses. That's a bit hyperbolic. I would never wish ill upon horses. It's not as though I see Twilight Sparkle and I'm like, hey you, get ye gone to the glue factory, you tramp. Wait, I'm sorry, that's a bad word. I'm sorry I said that about Twilight Sparkles. And I feel so guilty about that. I can't even say cheese, forgive me, because I'm not even a mouse. I'm just a lady. I'm just a cat. Also, hi Manny Major, it's nice to see you. I know you like Fluttershy, Sino. I know you have diabolical Wait, never mind. I'm not going to call you diabolical for liking Fluttershy. I just want to say that people that do like Fluttershy do tend to be the most diabolical. There's nothing wrong with Fluttershy. It's actually the opposite. Because she is so cute and sweet and innocent, she attracts the worst people because they seek to corrupt Fluttershy's soul. But I don't think you have that intentions for Fluttershy. I think you have good intentions for Fluttershy. But my favorite pony is Applejack, and that's not just because I'm from Texas. It's just because she's objectively the best. She has the best design. Manny Major is on Twitch. Sino is on YouTube. You have been kept apart by different worlds, but that is okay. Twilight Sparkle is a horse. High Zero Lagger. Lagging is bagging. Lagging is bad. Wait, that was a very horse-like noise to make. That was also a horse-like noise to make, but it wasn't very good. I feel like I could try again and it would be better. Hello, Zonder von Streck. I don't think I greeted everybody. Ooh, hi, Potion Dweller. Hi, Otter Chaos. Hi, 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 hi. I'm not going to sing, don't worry. I know I'm not good at it. I just feel in a chipper mood. But don't worry, I'm not going to flip out. Oh, I have some news. The news doesn't pertain to anybody else but me. It's not going to affect your quality of life. But, it's going to be pretty, shocking. But I'm not ready to drop this truth bomb. Hi, Sonner Bloom. It's nice to see you, son. I'm not gonna sing. I don't know how to sing. Oh, wait, I know how to sing. Wait, no. Have I played Usa Musa Musa? No, I have not played that. JP's Zet. And I would never be a horse because horses are ugly. And my PSO wasn't that bad. My PSO is like 3.5. I'm actually a low tier normie, which is not so bad. Which is not as bad as a horse would be, because a horse, their FWR ratio would be totally messed up because their faces are so long. They are just objectively unaesthetic creatures. And of course I remember you, Arnabal Coco. I'm actually pretty good at remembering people. Whenever I was younger, I used to, wait, never mind, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't really matter. The statute of limitations has passed. Just kidding, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But anyway, whenever people would post online in forums that I use, and they would indulge in selfie posting, I would obsessively collect people's photos, but not in an insidious way. I just found it fascinating how people were willing to do that, and so I would create giant archives of people who would post themselves, and I would attribute personalities to them, and then I would play dolls with them, essentially, and I'd be like, this person lives with that person, and they are friends, and I'd make up narratives about them. Ah, those were the good days. Messages in a bottle. Thank you, Arnabal Coco, and you are too. You are the Arnabal on my Coco. That doesn't make very much sense, but that's okay. What would I tell myself so that I don't lose it whenever I have my 3/4 of my life crisis? How old will I be? Oh, 50. Oh, duh. 50's middle-aged, though, isn't it? Because if you're gonna live to 100 like me, because I'm spry and healthy and I drink oh so very much whole milk. What would I say whenever I'm at the quarter of my life? I'd be like, whoa, I sure am glad that I'm like an old rotten man. I guess I'm gonna put some wrinkle cream on myself. What would I say to myself? I don't know. That's a silly question. I won't know until I arrive there. I won't know until I'm on the brink of death. But I don't think I'll be very bothered by being old, because you're just as likely to die at any other moment. I could be a victim of vehicular manslaughter tomorrow, and that would be fine, I guess. Or I could live to be an elderly lady. I already have white hair, so I'm not sure that it would make a difference one way or another. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way. Oh yeah, that song was in the Rugrats movie. That's the one where they get stuck in the wilderness and Tommy Pickles has to bond with his brother. I kind of like Tommy Pickles. He's pretty cool. I like whenever he says, a baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. What? I don't want to get run over by a Dodge Challenger. If I wanted to get run over, I'd want to be run over by something tasteful like a Miata Mazda 5. Wait, is a Mazda 5 a Miata? I don't know about cars. What do you think I am, a car head? Do you think that I'm a diesel lad like that? You'd be horribly, horribly mistaken. Can an old wrinkled man have saggy prunes as a treat? If an old man eats saggy prunes, we're going to have to soak them in hot water in order to make them soft enough for the little old man to digest. Because whenever people get old, you have to understand that their teeth degrade, their bowels degrade, their minds degrade. Dude, I do not want that to happen to me. I don't want to become an old person, but maybe by the time that I get old, it won't be so bad. Maybe by the time that I'm old, I'll be able to have robotic limbs. Maybe I'll be like Alita Battle Angel and I'll be so cool and groovy. Ooh, I don't want to think about being old. I think that dying is better than being old, but that's overly cynical of a perspective, and I don't want to be cynical. I got run over by a car once too, Merman. Merman. Ethel Merman. Nobody even knows who Ethel Merman is here because you're youngsters, and I'm old, and so I'm going to impart worldly wisdom to you. 7 years ago. You know who Ethel Merman is? You know who Ethel Merman is? Well, don't be a poser. Go on, give us a spiel. Tell me all about Ethel Merman. Gotta protect your hip bones. I'm not going to protect my hip bones. What if I fall down the stairs and my life alert has a malfunction because it's been soaked in cat urine and so the button doesn't work and so the first responders don't get there? And so then, since I'm not able to feed my cats, they start eating me while I'm still alive. I guess I'd be okay with that. There's worse ways to go out. I'd rather be eaten by cats than dogs because cats are more aesthetically pleasing than dogs. They have a better FWRH ratio. Dogs are disgusting. Well, they're not disgusting. I actually like dogs too. I particularly like golden retrievers. They're pretty cute. So if I had to have a dog, I'd get a golden retriever, and I appreciate their additional athleticism over cats because cats are kind of lazy. Don't worry, Grandma. I'll save you. Thank you. Cats can't wear diapers, dummy. What did you major in? Political science? You don't know nothing about cats, kiddo. I've fallen and I can't get up. True. Please purchase and read of the VN, aka a book which is gay media called Mice Tea. What is it about? Homosexual mice? I read about that all the time. I know all about the homosexual mice. They live in the walls and they listen to Cher all of the time. They do chew little holes into my carpet, but they do it in a tasteful way that looks like macrame, so I don't really mind terribly much. Anything goes is a fun play. I don't know. I'm not really into musical theaters and plays and stage productions like that. What? Look, I don't think there's that many homosexual mice out there in the world. I think that the mice from the hit movie Sing are probably homosexual because, Seth MacFarlane played it, and I do believe that Seth MacFarlane is secretly a closeted homosexual man because he just looks like it. You can just see it in his facial shape and in his negative canthal tilt. Just kidding. That's an absurd statement to make. Your canthal tilt does not reflect that. I'm not a lesbian. Did you get that impression from my suspenders? I can understand why you might have gotten that impression, but alas, no, that is not the case. I am just a cat. Meow, 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 meow. Как дела? Здравствуйте. Man, I really wish that I knew more than 2 words in Russian. Have you seen mice being? I haven't seen that mouse artwork. I forgot that I'm not even a mouse today. I have not been a freak on a leash, and I'm going to be honest with you, my friend. I don't even like corn that much. I mean, I like the one South Park episode that has corn on it, but I'm not going to go out here and make the bold claim that I'm a corn head. I don't go out of my way to listen to corn, and if a corn song comes on the radio, I'm probably not going to listen to it for that long. Whoa! You have a whole collection of homosexual suspenders? That's pretty cool. What color are they? Or, wait, no, you probably have an assortment of them to match all of your tasteful outfits or whatevs. Well, see, there's the thing about Seth MacFarlane. He watches television programs that are catered to the homosexual guy demographic. He watches programs like Sex and the City with Carrie Bradshaw and programs like, I don't know, musical theater things. And so I think that somebody that theatrically oriented doesn't really like ladies. There's no way. And I don't think he has any kids. I think that he's just living that lavender life. And what? Brian Swords, Alice the Rat, are you still talking about that auction? I'm thinking about the auction now too, but I'm getting sidetracked here. I had a really important announcement that I wanted to make to you. Something that is a bit of a shift. Something that I'm a little bit disappointed in, but simultaneously proud of. Okay. I have acquired a bed frame I'm no longer a floor mattress type person. I have been for so long, and now I feel like I've abandoned my own principles, but I have joined the bed frame community. I'm sorry if some of you feel like I have sold out, but no. Now I have to sleep in an elevated way. Now I have to live with the risk of possibly falling off of my bed because I am elevated way above the floor, and that's kind of terrifying. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep easy tonight having a bed frame. All of that talk about, I know! I betrayed my community. I know that I fell off. What rating? Did I get rated? I thought that I had my rates turned off. But anyway, it's nice to see you, Coach McGurk. If I was going to get rated, I appreciate that it's you, because I think you're a cool guy. I like the way that you give Brendan Small really good advice, and I'm sorry that I'm a bed frame poser. But sometimes that's the thing. In order to get old, and yes, Friesigo, I know I'm old, we're all going to celebrate my official wallening on my next birthday, but that's not the point right now. We're going to celebrate my bed frame right now. My progression from being an individual that sleeps on the floor to an individual that sleeps in an elevated state. Thank you very much. So contain your pessimism. Please appraise my bed frame. Please tell me that I'm very cool and mature for choosing to sleep in an elevated way. Toddler to individual. I don't think toddlers sleep on the floor. If toddlers slept on the floor, then everybody would be stepping on them all the time. You can't have training wheels on a bed because you don't need wheels to sleep all around the house. Because if you're going to sleep in the living room, the whole point would be to sleep on the floor again. And so why would you wheel your bed all the way over there, silly dingus? The bed frame material is made out of metal so that it is cleanable, so that I don't get pests such as bed bugs and termites. Because if you have a wooden bed frame, then it's only a matter of time before you get infested by termites, and then the termites are not going to be always satisfied with the wood that's available on your frame. They're going to start seeking out the wood that's within you. If you have any splinters, they're probably going to try to eat those because they require additional sustenance. Have you ever thought about that, about your termite appeal? Oh, you got a little bit of toothpick that broke off in between your teeth whenever you were toothpicking? Sorry, buddy, that's Termitesville now. You might as well have put a little welcome mat on your thing. What? Okay, here, listen here, buddy. Listen here, outlandish Joe. Particle board is wood because it's made of like what? Paper and wood pulp? That's still wood. That's still delicious to termites. Have you ever talked to a termite? Have you ever talked to a termite and said, "Oh, hi, little termite. Can you please tell me what appeals to your taste buds?" I'm not a Polish femboy. I'm not Polish. I'm not a femboy. I'm just a wonderful lady that has a wonderful bed frame that's trying to impart wonderful life advice to you. MDF is not an abomination. MDF board is so cool. It's so fun to cut with a bandsaw. It's smooth. It's nice. I'm sorry. I punched my desk a little bit to make a point, and it kind of hurt, but not significantly, just enough to stop me for only a second. Hello, Flames Fish. Whoa, if anybody I didn't tell you hello and you feel sad about the prospect of not being greeted, well, let me tell you one thing. I'm sorry. If that was your biggest disappointment in life, then I would say that you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well because I believe in you. I bet you talk to termites all day because I don't have termites, dingus. That's the whole point that I was making. I didn't get a particle board bed frame. I got a metal bed frame so that I don't get termites. You need to keep up with the conversations, you know. You always make these claims. Ooh, I'm the tactician. Ooh, I'm super smart. But then you can't follow a simple conversation about the nature of termites, huh? Have you ever thought about that? Floor mattress? Ooh. Cripply dingle conch. I think that maybe you're being crabs in a bucket. I'm not a bed frame poser. My bed frame is legit. It's beautiful. It's sturdy. It can hold so many pillows. It's a good one. You need to reevaluate your priorities, because think about all of the dust that you're consuming into your lungs whenever you don't have a bed frame. Metal does count as a bed frame. Quit being pedantic. I bet you don't even have a bed frame. I bet you just sleep in a cardboard box soaked in hobo urine. Is that right, Riceco? You sleep in a cardboard box soaked with hobo urine? Yeah, I just opened up a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. And it says, yep, You sleep in the urine-soaked cardboard box. Sorry to hear it. I don't need your crabs in a bucket mentality. You would steal my beautiful metal bed frame the second you had the opportunity to, and so that's why you're trying to demoralize me. It's your demoralization propaganda that they taught you in college, young man. You're trying to steal my bed frame, but it's not going to work on me because I have unparalleled intellect. You can tell by my WHR ratio, by my FWHR ratio, that I have a giant cranium holding a big old noggin. And so my intellectual processing far surpasses yours, Riceago. You don't even know what metacognitive level I'm on right now. I'm on level 4. I'm thinking about things in the way that I think about things and why I thought about things in that thinky thing. You don't even comprehend such thinky things. So you need to settle down, you need to get back into your pee box, and you need to go take a nap until you wake up with a better mood. Box frames are kind of excessive. I don't have a box frame. Bleh. Is that what it's called, a box frame? The little thingy that goes underneath your bed? But I do have a bed frame now. I already built the bed frame. That's what I was doing earlier today. I built the bed frame while I was watching the hit movie Bernie starring the actor Jack Black. That's pretty good, Riders of Satellite. That's still meta, and so I have to give you a little bit of praise here. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Springbox. No. We're not talking about the Springbox right now. We're talking about Weekend at Bernie's. Wait, we're not talking about Weekend at Bernie's. We're talking about the movie No! This was not a furry reference. You're missing the bigger picture, Manny Major. We're not talking about your fursona. We're not talking about Shadow the Hedgehog. And we're not talking about all of those peculiar thoughts that you have in your peculiar little propeller hat brain. We are talking about... I kind of forgot what the point was. Do you have a fursona, Manny Major? Can I see your fursona? If you tell me your fursona, I can rank its PSL. I'm a genius about ranking people's PSLs. I have so much understanding of gonial angles and canthal tilts. I can help you. Hi, JPZ. It's nice to see you. Wait a second. JPZ, are you not Lalo underscore? I thought you were the same person. Oh, I might be a dingus. I'm sorry. No! I don't have any leftover parts. Only a few spare screws, but it's fine. Hi, Red Chimera 45. It's nice to see you, young man. How have you been doing, Red Chair friend? Wait, you don't have a red chair, do you? Do you have a red chair? No. That's not what we're talking about now. We're not talking about chairs. We're not talking about bed frames. We are talking about... Hi, Purple Party Girl. Lolo. No, I think I think I mistook you for another person, and I thought that you were the same person. I thought that you just had alter egos and that you used 2 accounts, but I think that I might just be a simpleton. But the point is that I watched the hit film Bernie, and it was pretty good. It had Jack Black in it, and I don't really like Jack Black that much. I'm just kind of neutral on him. He's a fine actor sometimes, but in the film, he like befriends this old lady, and then he kills her, but then he uses her wealth, and it's pretty interesting because it's ambiguous whether or not he was manipulating her because he wanted that wealth or if they were true friends. And I don't know what my favorite scene was. It wasn't really a favorite scene movie, but it did have Matthew McConaughey in it. And I like Matthew McConaughey. He's so cool. I like his cool accent. If anybody could join me as my co-host on this wonderful stream, I would choose Matthew McConaughey because he would make me look cooler. I'm a boy. My user is catfishing. That's okay, Purple Party Girl. You can be a Babaniku. I don't mind. You know. Do I think Jack Black has a bed frame? I don't know if Jack Black has a bed frame. He might even have 2 bed frames because he's a large guy. Wait, I'm sorry. That's insulting the obesity epidemic. Please apologize. I mean, I'm going to apologize. I'm sorry for the implied body shaming of Mr. Jack Black. The problem with him is not necessarily that. It's that he is annoying and he doesn't make very good movies. I'm sorry. No, I don't not male pattern baldness. I think you're projecting your flaws because you're insecure about your baldness, buddy. I think you're about a Norwood 6, which is Norwood too far gone. You're Norwooding all over the place right now. Dingus, look at your hideous, greasy, bald forehead. Wait, I'm sorry. Being bald isn't hideous. Being bald is okay. There's a lot of really respectable bald people, such as Patrick Stewart and, Sinead O'Connor. So don't even worry about your baldness. What? I can't. Yes, I can believe that. I can believe that, and that really made me laugh. That was a pretty funny episode with those little gooey people. And oh my goodness, I like the episode with the mole man the best. But this is not a smiling friends moment. This is the Odette Balbsy, the wonderful cat moment. Look at me, I'm a wonderful cat. Meow meow meow. I don't have bald energy. What are you? A paranoid schizophrenic that has delusions of baldness? I am very obviously not bald, you doofus. Look at me, I have beautiful, fluffy white hair that flows in the wind, in the sunset. It casts such wonderful colors onto it, from the sun's radiant beauty, and so my hair is actually the nicest. It's not a comb-over! It's not a comb-over. Don't you even say that. Don't you ever call my hair a comb-over. I would never Norwood. I would never Norwood. I really like bald people, but I would never, ever Norwood. Don't you forget it, Buster. Game recognized game. What? Tatters did not invent baldette. Tatters invented wetting the bed. Wait, I'm sorry, that's mean. Tatters, please forgive me. I'm sorry that I said that rude thing about you unprompted. You probably don't do that. Don't call me baldette. Don't ever call me baldette again, or else you're cruising for a bruising, Buster. If you ever insult my bald head... Wait! The fact that I don't have a bald head... I'm not bald. I'm not bald. As you can see, I have wonderful hair. Not all bald people are evil. What about Mr. Clean? He's one of the cleanliest people I've ever seen. Wait, I kind of look like Mr. Clean, except I'm not bald. I am a beautiful, thriving cat woman with flowing hair. I have plenty of hair and wonderful ears. Wonderful, fluffy ears that look majestic, like a cat. Meow, 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 meow. It is not an Odette stream without a Buster. Ooh, we should go to Dave and Buster's. That would be so cool. I would love to go to Dave and Buster's. We can all get a really, really big pizza, and we can have a pizza party, and we can play those tiny basketball hoops, and we can go into the ball pit. I've never actually been inside of a Dave and Buster's before, but I have no reason to believe that I would dislike it. Oh, I wonder if they have onion rings. I like onion rings so much. Onion rings taste so good, dude. I used to not even like onions, but now I do, because onion rings... Whoa! Look, I don't understand why all of you are calling me bald. I don't know what I did to deserve this emotional abuse. All I did was come in this stream. I told all of you guys, hey, it's nice to see you. I'm going to give you some life advice. I'm going to give you a firm pat on the shoulder, and I'm going to teach you some investment strategies, and I'm going to send you on your way so that you can have a really nice day. I'm just trying to make you have a good life, and here you come in here, trying to call me bald, trying to destroy my self-esteem, trying to gaslight me, trying to destroy my sanity and peace of mind. Wait, JP, you are Lalo _ You are once again gaslighting me. I don't hate you, I just want you to do better. You just disappoint me, but I have to say that I should be used to the disappointment by now. Onions got layers. I do have onion ring energies because onions are wonderful. My favorite salad dressing is simple oil and vinegar. I am an oil and vinegar head. Red wine vinegar, olive oil, a little bit of oregano in there. That's the best thing ever, dude. That's the best thing to put on a sandwich too. Can I become wide? I can't become any wider. You don't even understand that my FWHR ratio is already like 2.4. You don't understand that because you didn't see my video about my PSL thingy, but that's okay, Harlock. I'm not telling you to. I just need you to understand that I'm already the whitest person you've ever seen in your life. Look at how white I am. Look at my head. It's like twice the size of my shoulders. Gee willikers. Gee willikers. That's a big ol' humongous head. No, I don't want to widen myself. I'm not going to distort myself to adhere to your unrealistic beauty standards. You need to you need to accept my already adequately proportioned head. I'm not going to get any wider. Quit calling me bald. I mean, look at me. Does it look like I'm wearing a toupee? I don't think I look bald. I think I look pretty cool. I think my hair looks pretty nice, doesn't it? It's pretty voluminous. I mean, maybe it's thinning a little over here. Maybe I'm Norwooding a little bit, but if I'm Norwooding, I'm probably only like a Norwood like 1, maybe a Norwood 2. I mean, I think I just have a big forehead, right? I don't think that I'm Norwooding. I don't think that I'm Norwooding yet, and so I'm gonna need you to apologize to me. Yeah, thank you. My hair is pretty nice. It's pretty. No! Don't tell Grok that I'm bald. Grok is a jerk. Grok is the most unreliable source of information I have ever had in my life. Thank you, Kawari. Thank you for reaffirming that I have wonderful hair sprouts shooting from my head. I have so much hair that people mistake me for a troll doll in real life. They're like, whoa, look at that troll doll over there. And it's like, nope, I'm just so damn bald. See, I just have nice, really good hair, you know? Ha 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 ha. Norwood 2 is respectable, but I'm actually a Norwood 0. In fact, my hair is so thick that some would even say that I'm a Norwood -3. Ooh, I'm not a femboy anyway because I'm not from freaking Poland. I'm from Finland. Get it right. Berkele. Just kidding. I'm not from Finland. I'm just a poser. I just think that being from Finland is cool. Do I have a tail? Duh. Duh. Hold on. I'm going to show you my tail real fast. Wait. Yeah, there it is. Wait. That's incongruent. That's incongruent. Why would a cat have a... My tail isn't bald. My tail isn't bald. You just don't understand it. That was just the lighting. It's actually really fluffy and stuff. It's so poofy, just like my hair. I'm not a hairless. No. That was a sneaky trick. That was a sneaky trick on your part. What, you think you have the last laugh? You think that you can just trick me? That's it. If ever I'm the person that's on the boat, it's like the Titanic and all of you are on the boat and there's one little life ship. I'm taking the ship and all of the rest of you mamba-jambas can drown. All of the rest of you phony ponies can drown, and I don't even care. I don't even care if you get frostbite before you drown. I don't even care if you get eaten by a whale or a shark. In fact, I hope you don't get eaten by a whale because you don't even deserve to Jonah Max and live inside of a whale's acidic stomach for approximately 40 years or whatever. I'm not hairless. I had a wonderful fluffy tail. You just didn't see it because your eyes don't process information fast enough. You're gonna be the guy that gets a cool death. You're gonna be the guy that when the boat is sinking, you slip on a puddle and you hit your head on a rock, and then you're eaten by a penguin because you suck, Rice-A-Go. You're just a mean little guy. You don't even deserve to have that PFP with the sunglasses because you don't even have eyes because you clearly think that I am bald whenever I have flowing hair. I'm not going to show you again because that's a little bit selfish of an ask for you. That's like kind of too many requests. You know, I'm not like an errand boy. I'm not even a boy at all. I am a woman with hair and ears and stuff. So no, I'm not going to show you again. And let me remind you that you need to temper your expectations. Sunglasses. I'm not saying that I have sunglasses. I'm just saying that I'm a mouse. I'm just saying that I'm a cat. Meow, 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 meow. I'm not an errand boy. I'm not a boy. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. See? La, 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 la. I am a woman. I like shopping and I like tea. I am a woman. I like to go to school. See, I told you, dingus. If that's not convincing, I don't know what is. I don't smoke catnip. I am straight edge. XX. Straight edge. Just kidding. I don't want to. I would never do catnip, though. I live a wholesome life. The only indulgence I have is Pepsi Max. and Sprite. Because Sprite is alright. It tastes like Sprite. I like. Why are you calling me a eunuch? Have you even ever met a eunuch before? I bet you haven't. I bet you don't know the first thing about eunuchs. Sonar bloom, sonar bloom, sonar bloom. That's it. That's it. I'm waging war on the hit band Post Dog. Post Dog, you're all going down. Kitschy, all the other members, I'm sorry, but Sonar Bloom has been the straw that broke the camel's back. That's it. All of you. Don't ever call me a eunuch again. Chill. Take a chill pill. It's not that serious, Odette. You know you're not bald. You know. I get a bed frame to become a respectable member of society, to try to conform to your societal values, and this is the thanks I get. This is the respect that I get after these years of toil, trying to elevate myself and my bed, and you just come here to rain on my parade, to tell me that I am the subaltern. I will not stand it. No, I will not. Ooh, I would not drink pilk because that's dumb, and I'm not dumb. I have deep concepts that I write in my diary as I listen to the Smiths, and I cry, and I'm like, whoa, I'm just like Morrissey. Exactly. You don't even know, dingus. So I will not be drinking pilk because that's dumb. And I do have a Sprite right now. That is the beverage of the night. And you know what? I'm sad. My feelings are hurt. I'm going to have a vendetta against you now. I'm not even going to look at you anymore. Raisugo, you're on probation. Now I'm going to be talking to all of these other beautiful community members, such as Kawari, Mr. Gwerk, Coach McGwerk, Toil Debt. That's me because I'm toiling because everybody is hurting my feelings today. I'm such a sensitive soul. I'm such a kind person who, like, writes stories to kittens, and I donate to old ladies, and I cross the street with them because I'm also an old lady, and I sing to the orphans. I sing things like, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine," and I put my coins into the collection boxes, and I shine my shoes. I'm a nice lady. I don't need to be told all of these cruel verbal abuses about how I'm a bald eunuch with no box spring. That's the thing with you bed aficionados. You act like, oh yeah, I'm all you need is a bed frame, then I'm gonna stop picking on you. But then you change the standard. You move the goalpost. You're like, oh, so you have a bed frame now, but why don't you have a box spring? The standards are never gonna be reached because of people like you. You meanie bo beanies. Nothing's ever good enough, and that's the problem with the world, and that's the problem with you, because you're destroying everything with your greed. You want too much from me. You want me to have a bed frame, a box spring. Next, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you need to have a little rug on the ground. You need to light little candles in your room. You need to vacuum. You need to dust your curtains. You need to stop throwing cans of Pepsi against the wall and letting it stain, and then licking the sugar stains, pretending that you are a bee. I am not going to abide by your societal standards, okay? I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to throw my bed frame out of my window. I'm going to revert to a caveman style of living because I'm not like you, Mom. I'm not like you, Ricey Go, Coach McGwerk, Cactus Joan. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna light a candle now. I'm gonna light a candle and I'm gonna sniff it. that smells good. Well, actually, I did not eat a wooden bed frame. One time, whenever I was younger, I did have a metal bed frame long ago, and it had this really sweet paint on it. And so I used to gnaw on it until the flakes would fall off in my mouth. And they were really delicious. And eventually I got to a point where I had gnawed off all of the paint. And I felt satisfied because it's like, wow, that's a task that I have completed today. And never in my life have I once again found paint that was that delicious. Hold on, I need to light my candle. I accidentally sniffed it too hard and I blew out the I blew out the wick. I also have these shutters on my window, and before I got braces, I took a bite out of them, and now that my teeth are aligned in a correct position, I want to bite it again so then I can have the two bites side by side. I think that would be pretty cool. Hi, Kudo. I don't know that I greeted you. I'm not lighting it up. I'm just lighting up a whimsical candle. I told you, am I drinking enough water? What do you mean drinking enough water? I told you, amigo, I'm drinking Sprite. I have to drink Sprite because it matches my whimsical green eyes. Hiding the smell of what? No! I would never break the law. I am the law. Lead isn't sweet. Lead isn't sweet unless you put a little bit of taffy on it. And then it gets pretty sweet, dingus. Hi, Genoxus. Ooh, my eyes aren't blue. You're just colorblind. My eyes are a whimsical emerald green, like the fields of Scotland, like the dirty waters of Liverpool. It's wonderful, aren't they? Look at them. They're very good luck, like the clover fields. Do you want a 4-leafed clover so that you can grant a wish? Do you want a 5-leafed clover so that you can grant an extra wish? Or even a 6-leafed clover? If such a thing exists, then it might even be special. Hi, Ito Oni. I haven't seen you in a long time, so I'm happy that I got to see you today. However, I'm a cat and my name is Odette. Meow! Lead does not taste like sugar. Don't be ridiculous, Geoff. You don't need to tell all of these lies for attention. If you wanted me to compliment your knowledge of compounds, you could have just said, though, hey, Geoff, you know a lot about compounds, bud. I appreciate your compounding knowledge. You must be really smart. You must have paid attention in chemistry class. I bet you know all about that periodic table sport. Come on. Who knows all about that periodic table? Can I get 3 rounds of applause for Geoff? Jeff? I think... Jeff? Yeah. I kind of like saying Geoff, but I want to respect the accuracy of your name. I want a big leaf curly clover that goes all around. What? So that you can use it as a big old umbrella so that you don't get your parade rained on? I'm sorry, but that's called an unrealistic expectation. Sometimes in life, my son, you just have to get rained on a little bit, and that teaches you to appreciate whenever it's dry. Silly kiddo. My friend spells Geoff but pronounces it like Jeff. Jeff? I don't really like... Wait, that's mean. I don't like the name Jeffrey, but Jeff is okay. But whenever you add in the re at the end, it becomes excessive. Like, oh, who are you? Are you seeking out attention with that extra re on the end? Jeff is fine enough. Just, that's gross, RoboChet. Nobody likes those types of showers, except for sickos. Except for sickos like you, who wear glasses like that. Specifically for that purpose. Jeffrey Epstein? What? Cino, that's bananas. Cino, you remind me a lot of a younger Ghislaine Maxwell. You're sick, Plains. You're sick, Plains Fish. I'm sorry you're sick. Why don't you wrap a hot towel around your head, and when you feel better, you can make yourself some soup. Just kidding. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a little bit of Pepsi. Do you like that Pepsi, son? Is that healing your injuries? Do you feel like a spry and chipper young lady again? Now you can take on the world, can't ya? The whole world is your oyster. I'm as puzzled as the oyster. I'm as troubled as the tide. Jeff got him. There's not really that many Jeffreys. Oh, you need to stop asking about all these Jeffs. What? You would do that to some oysters, right? So that's a little bit nasty, but I guess that's why you are in the field that you're in. You have no shame, no sense of disgust. But I'll be honest, oysters are pretty good. I tried a whole bunch of oysters whenever I went to go see Ween in the beautiful city of Seattle. But the city of Seattle isn't beautiful at all. It's like Minecraft, but Minecraft at night whenever there's zombies everywhere. And I hated being in Seattle, and it was the worst time of my life, and I would never go back to Seattle because it's the most evil place that I've ever been, and everybody is scary and mean. For realsies, never ever go to Seattle. But Spokane, Washington is pretty nice, but Seattle is evil and scary. What's your favorite Death Grips song, guys? Death Grips is such a blast from the past. It was so fun to listen to Death Grips whenever I was, but a teenager. Not to say that I don't like them anymore, but it makes me nostalgic for days gone by. We're retiring the name of Jeff. Instead of Jeff, I'm gonna call you Jethro. Because I don't like Jethro Tull at all. Well, I mean, they have a few okay songs, but overall, I think that Jethro Tull is really annoying because they're too whimsical. And whenever I see too much whimsy, it just makes me want to scream and close my eyes. Because I don't know. Whimsy, whenever it's put on like that, it's just excessive. It makes me think of people that go to Renaissance fairs and prance around wearing little tights, and they play little lutes, and they look at you, and they want you to engage in their hobbies with them, and role play and stuff, and be like, oh, hello, traveler, my, it's good to see you, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not about that whimsical life, and so for that reason, I don't like Jethro Tull, but I'm going to instead call you Jethro in order to replace my mislike for Jethro Tull with my appreciation for my new friend, Jethro. So from here on out, you are Jethro Plays. No. Did you have a transnormal celebration when you saw Ween? The first time I saw Ween, it actually wasn't that good because a lady scratched my face because she was dancing around and she just had really long nails and she was flailing them and she scratched my face accidentally, but it was okay. And then another lady yelled at me for no reason and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really not very fun. Everybody's so mean. But that was not in Seattle. Whenever I went to see Ween in Seattle, that was also bad because they canceled the concert, and that is whenever they disappeared off the face of the earth. I did see Ween in Spokane, and that was really fun. And I did have a transdermal celebration caused a slight mutation in the rift. That was a lot of speaking. And now I feel a little bit tired because that was just more than I was willing to say on the matter of Ween. Wait, where's Jethro? Jethro, are you present? Little Jethro? I'm waiting for Jethro. I just want to make sure that Jethro is still here and that we're on the same page. So I'm not saying I'm my own grandma. I'm just saying that I'm looking for my little buddy Jethro. There are a lot of strange ladies there. You're not Jethro, Mac Daddy. We've had a whole discussion about who Jethro is and who Jethro isn't, and so I need you to stop being a Jethro poser. He died. He got so mad that I called him Jethro instead of Jeff. He got so mad that he crashed out and he said, Odette, I hate you. I hate your little cat ears. I hate you because you're a bald cynic. Whoa. You'd take it because you love prog even though you think Jethro Tull is mid. Okay, that's a fair take, Jeff Plays. I mean, Jethro Plays, but see, that's the thing. Jethro Tull is indeed mid, and so you have a chance. You have an opportunity here to redefine the meaning of Jethro. By reclaiming it as your name, you can make it into something beautiful, something better, something beyond the realm of what we ever thought was possible. So be not afraid, my child, because I am the shepherd, and you are my lambs. Bah! Sonar, your PFP is cool. Sonar, I don't know what your PFP is, but I think that it's okay. I think that I am contented with it, and so I'm not going to ask you to change it. Did you have fun hearing Ocean Man? I did not have fun hearing Ocean Man because they play it too much. Wait, did I go to 2 Ween shows or 3 Ween shows? All 2 of the Ween shows that I've been to. They play Ocean Man, and so it's not that fun to hear because they overdo it. I'm sorry that Jethro died. But okay. Ocean Man isn't bad, but you have to understand whenever a band you like has only one really, really popular hit song, then it gets really overplayed. But I think that is how it is just like every band. Lots of them will overplay their hit. And so it's like, okay, you're gonna go see Ween and they're gonna play Ocean Man. Ocean Man is exactly like Ween's Creep. And you know what? If Tom York is here, if he's out here watching this stream right now, I want to say that I'm sorry, Tom York, for saying mean things about you on the internet before. I didn't mean them. You're just a low-hanging fruit, and so sometimes I like to pick on you, but you don't deserve that. You're just out there yorking about, and I'm here trying to lower your self-esteem about your weenie music, but I don't mean to. I think that somebody has to write music for weenies because it's not gonna be me. You know? And so you serve a purpose. Everybody has a place in this ecosystem that we call life. The creed of the SpongeBob movie? What the heck are you talking about, writers of the satellite? I just want you to know. I do not like the new SpongeBob movie. I haven't seen it, but whenever I saw that Miss Ice Spice made that Big Guy song, I just really don't like it. Maybe I'm a negative Nancy. Maybe I'm just holding on to my nostalgia too much, but the original SpongeBob movie was so beautiful and wonderful. I just don't understand why they made that one. I don't even understand why these shows have to go on for so long, because SpongeBob, it had a good run. Let it die. Let the children of the modern age have their own thing that they really, really like, okay? They can make new intellectual properties. We don't all need to like the same things. Things can be a product of their time. It is fine. SpongeBob does not need to endure. Plains Fish, you're still a baby. You're still a youngster. I mean, you are like 20 years younger than me, Plains Fish. So relative to me, in my ripe old age of 45, you're just a whippersnapper. Do you listen to Mega Odette? I don't even know what you're talking about, JPZ. I don't even know. I think I have heard of Poco. Maybe? I don't know. Tell me about Poco Vonderstreek. And no, I've never heard of Spock's Beard, Jethro. Tell me about Spock's Beard. Tell me about a very good track. Sometimes I wonder, can you see my eyebrows? It might be kind of hard to see my eyebrows, but if you focus really hard, can you see them? Because I don't want to look like an eyebrowless person. Riders of the satellite, that changes everything. After you turn 26, I'm afraid that it's over for you. Flane's Fish was still young because she's 24, but you are a post-wall moid. All you have left in your life is to decay, to rot, to wither away, and get eaten by spiders. I'm not trying to be negative, but it just is what it is. You're past your prime. We're gonna put you out into the pasture so that you can live out the rest of your days in peace. But then, whenever you hit 27, we're just going to have to take you out back like Old Yeller. It's okay. Oh, what's a moid? Well, Kitschy, I think you're a moid, if that makes it any more obvious. Wow! I love using Restream. I'm so good at it. The last time that I used Restream and I streamed to 2 platforms at once, it stressed me out and made me anxious. But this time, I'm kind of like a Giga Chad, as the kids would say. As they would say as they are watching their YouTube compilations. I'm very cool. I'm confident. As you can see, I have a relaxed demeanor that would be befitting of somebody that diffuses bombs for a living. Would you agree with that? Is that what you were thinking? Hold on, let me see. There's a farm update. Ooh, I want to live on a farm and ride around a tractor and do maintenance on a barn and have a barn cat that has a haggard old meow but is the best mouser I'd ever known. Spock's Beard is basically their first 5 albums. Okay, I'm gonna screen cap this message or else I will forget it. That's what I do whenever somebody says something that I want to remember. I just screen cap it real fast. Giga Odette. What? Where the brother shoots his brother? Are you thinking of Mice and Men? I don't think they were actually brothers. I think that they were just like 2 dudes, and then one of them was like cognitively delayed. Some of you would have a little bit of experience with that, but anyway, yeah, that would be like that. You have a tweed chair? I wish I had a tweed chair. My chair is pretty cool though. It's pretty comfortable. What? Yeah. You know that book. We read it in high school. He was slow. He was slow. He was cognitively delayed. That's what we're talking about. The other day at yes, we were talking about Of Mice and Men, silly. But the other day at the movie theater, a cognitively delayed man stole some candy. But that's okay because then his mom paid for it. And so it wasn't really the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world at all. And she was like, he is cognitively delayed. And I was like, that's okay. It happens. Actually, if I was there by myself, I probably just would have written it off as a loss and avoided being like, hey, I think you forgot to pay for that, amigo. I don't really care that much about the movie theater. Wait, that's a bad thing to admit. I care a lot about the movie theater. I care a lot about the integrity of the movie theater and upholding the standards of the movie theater and cleaning very, very well and making sure that the customers abide all of the rules there. The main thing that I remember about the book Of Mice and of Men is that they Vaseline up their hands in order to keep them soft, or at least the boxer guy did. What do you mean you're cognitively canceled? Wait, I remember. That was kind of funny, Albrecht. I'm going to give that post a 6.5 out of 10, which is a pretty good one. They're not going to reschedule. Who's not going to reschedule? Oh, wait. Man, maybe I'm the dingus one, because I kept on forgetting the plotline of the joke again and again. That last insinuation, the movie theater. The movie theater isn't going to cancel. As long as people want to go into the movies and buy extremely expensive snacks, we will continue to exist. The movie theater is so fantastic. And I have great news. Tomorrow, the school year begins once again. Maybe I will once again disappear, and you will never see me. I will only exist in your hearts and your memories. You will be sitting there, writing in your diaries about times gone by. You will be like, remember the time that I talked about Odette? And I talked to my friend Odette, and she was telling me about the movie theater. Yep, I remember that. We drank milk together. I didn't get held back, dingus. By school, I obviously meant an institution of higher learning. I graduated from high school with flying colors, buddy. I know all about the arithmetic. Of course I do. Of course I do. And so don't you go insinuating that I've been held back for 82 years and I'm now the most super senior of all time. I've gone through the ropes of education, and I will go through again. And if you ever insinuate that I was held back once again, I will. You better hope that you're Norwooded, buddy, because if that hair is flammable, then it's going up. What? What do you mean? What do you mean, Riders of Satellite? If you're saying that you're going to forget about me, that implies that you're not going to particularly try to remember me, and I would find that to be a little bit insulting. What? All right, Jax Bartlett, why don't you say something that is highly musical? Tell me the most cool musical thing that you've ever told anybody in your entire life. Ooh, that's really nice of you, Jeff Plays. I hope that if I ever go to a gas station because I have a car that needs gas, then I will be able to steal your sodas. As in, be gifted your complimentary sodas. Meow, 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 meow. The only... Outlandish Joe, why do you have the idea in your mind that I can't walk? Why do you have the idea in your mind that I have a limited capacity for locomotion? I walk everywhere I go. I walk 7 miles a day, buddy, because I simply like to get my steps in. You could learn a thing or two from me, from a professional walker that knows a thing about getting my steps in. That's the problem. Lots of people these days, they let their little legs decay. They don't have any endurance. They think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hop into my vehicle. Let me just hop into my vehicle. Oh, is that half a mile away? I better drive. I can stop at the gas station and pick myself up a Snickers bar. What do you mean you've never seen me walk before? You've seen me walk lots of times. You know, that is a fun fact about the Residents. I like the Residents. I went to a concert on Halloween, and there was a gentleman dressed as a Resident's eyeball head, and he won a local costume contest. But nobody else got it. They just called him Eyeball Man. But you know, I still appreciated seeing it. But the thing about the Residents is, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, I do like them. They're mostly fun to watch videos of their performances. There's not a lot of Resident songs that I would just listen to listen to. It's not always the most pleasant sounding things, and I can tolerate some degree of abrasive noise, but I don't know. Some of the Residents' music is just kind of annoying. No. I don't even go to the gas station because I don't even have a car. So there, Karazanik. Are you even Polish? I think you're a Polish poser. That name sounds more like you're Belarusian or Serbian. I think that you're just telling tall tales, buddy. I think you're just trying to sound cool. I think you just don't know what the heck you're. See, this is what I was talking about with ever shifting standards for success. At first, I wasn't cool enough because I didn't have a bed frame. Now it's like, oh, you don't have a car. Ugh. Wow, you own an engraving business. That's pretty cool. But you could engrave onto a soda can. Have you ever considered that? You can put a soda into a laser cutter. Do you do laser engraving or do you do some other type of engraving? I do laser engraving at the school. It's so cool. I like to go to school. The Eyeball Man is very cool. Their collaborator, Snakefinger? I don't know what Snakefinger is. I'm gonna screen cap that so that I don't forget to look it up. But I might anyway because I'm not a genius over here. Oh, another Pippa commented on my video. I thought that was pretty cool, but then I was like, man, I kind of wish you watched a better video. Maybe it's kind of a goofy thing to say, but I was like, whoa, of all the ones. But, you know, it still made me feel cool. I was like, what the heck? Now, ain't that just the darndest thing? I like, wah, 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 wah. Karazanik, punishment for nothing. I think that's your punishment for being born in Poland. You're German? Whoa. Do you do German activities? Do you like to go and sit at your table and eat slices of bread with butter on them while you sit and watch Odette? Can you do that the next time you watch my stream, Zonder Von Strick? Whenever you're watching my stream, can you please eat buttered bread? That would make me feel very happy. I know it's maybe a major favor, but I think you can do that. I think that's within the realm of possibilities. I like buttered bread. Oh, by the way, a few days ago, I was really sick. Not in a cold way, but in a vomit way. I think I got food poisoning, and then I just kept on vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. And I vomited in my dad's car. I vomited on our front doorstep. I vomited on my floor. I vomited in my bed. And then I had to clean the vomit out of my bed. It was really tedious and nasty, but I got it all cleaned. And now I have a wonderful bed frame, and I'm not sick anymore. But whenever I was sick, every time I would eat something that would make me want to vomit again, and so then I fasted for a few days, and I have to say, if you've never tried fasting before, you should. It's a very exhilarating sensation. It feels good to be, totally empty, and to know that there is nothing decaying inside of you at a given moment. Also, good night, riders of the satellite. Nice to see you. Old person going, Outlandish Joe, you make it sound more ridiculous than it is. Yes, I'm old and I go to school, because even though I'm old, that doesn't mean that I can't better myself and seek higher education. That doesn't mean that I have to decay in a nursing home and be a dementoid. Does it? Does it? I can walk 7 miles. Well, most people can walk 7 miles because most people have the free time to choose so. They just choose not to. I just enjoy the act of walking because it's like, okay, I'd either walk or I'd be sitting at home scrolling or doing dumb stuff that isn't productive. Whereas if I'm walking, I can still listen to music or I can answer a call and talk to one of my amigos. And so it's like, why wouldn't I do that while I'm on foot? It feels really good and it's good for you and it keeps your knees active because I don't want to get too much arthritis in my old age. And yes, I work at a movie theater. That's because it's easy to walk to, silly. And of course I know basic math. You have to work at a movie theater. It's all very simple whenever you spell it out, Outlandish Joe. Thank you, Flames Fish, my sister. You are the only one who believes in me. I need a train. That's true. I've always wanted to ride on one, yet I have not gotten the opportunity to yet. Laser engraving. Are you sure that you're not a genius? I don't know, Grizzly. I might be a little bit of a genius, but I also don't like to be arrogant. But I think in order to enter the 7th level of metacognating, then I have to be at least a little bit of a genius. I like pigeons. I think they're cute. I don't think that they're vermin. I think that they are simply doves of a different name. Why buttered bread? Because that's what I picture Germans eating in their little German kitchens. I think they're like, ja, I like the butter. That is good. And so it's just a very kawaii sight. I just like to imagine my little German amigos eating their butter. It's nice. Self-hating is a prerequisite when choosing Poland as your spawn. Well, you're doing a good job of it, Karazinik. I'm very proud of you. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get your hopes up like that. Not all bread is the same. Of course not all bread is the same. You have white, you have wheat, you have sourdough, you have focaccia. You have froggy bread. I'm not trying to imply all bread is the same. I'm just saying that I want a certain someone to eat bread. And if he's not going to do it, then I don't have any use for him as a viewer. If you're not going to eat buttered bread, I just want you to get the hell out of here right now and save me from further disappointment. Hi, Tim. Snake Finger from a song called The Model. Oh, it's a cover of Kraftwerk. That's cool. Hey, I like the band Blig. I like the band Big Black with Steve Albini. Whenever Steve Albini died, did you know that I caused that? It was because I put a hex on Steve Albini because he said too many mean things online. And so I was like, all right, Albini, it's time for you to adios. And then the next day, he died. However, I will always hold his advice true. It is truly better to enjoy a roast beef sandwich over a Big Mac. So, yeah. Why do I not carry around a bucket? What a ridiculous question. Well, I don't know. I didn't have a bucket at the time whenever I was vomiting. Eventually I had a bucket. Vomited on the termites. Well, I did not vomit on Brendan Small. I did not vomit on Seth MacFarlane. And I don't know what poisoned me. I'm just a poison-prone person. I have enemies all around me. Even my beautiful viewers are enemies, so it could have been any one of you that poisoned me. So that is what I asked today. Today we are playing Clue. Which one of you tried to poison Odette and why? The only fasting I do is when Jeffro Toll, you need to actually have a proper fast because it's good for you. Hi, I'm a girl, not a robot. Wait, I'm a girl, not a boy. 1, 2, 3. It's nice to meet you, amigo. Nursing home. No, I don't listen to thrash metal. I'm sorry. I don't really like metal very much in particular, which is why I decided to make the tactical decision to insult Mana Warriors for being lame and dorks. That legitimately sucks. What? Your sister has a headache? Wow. That's a very sad event to happen. Maybe if you didn't talk so loud, she wouldn't have a headache. Ever thought of them apples? Butter could be a requirement because butter is delicious. Butter is one of my favorite flavors of all time. Ooh, nope. Don't be a poser. Don't go around telling your mom that somebody is proud of you. Cursing? I didn't say a bad word. I never said a bad word. Don't tell lies, Lalo _. You don't need to lie for attention. You just need to say, hello, Odette. Can you give me some attention? And I'll be like, sure, son. Wanna go throw around the old pigskin? Exactly. I love sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread. Now I wish that I had a delicious piece of toast. Dear viewer, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that you liked the hit video, dear viewer, that referenced Hannah Hanoi. I think it was kind of silly, but at least I thought that it was funny. So thank you. I appreciate it. Rice to go. Why are you still here. Why are you still here? Is it because you enjoy making me suffer so much by saying extremely mean things about my hairline? Have you ever considered looking in a mirror at your hairline, Baldy? Baldy and Maldy? I don't know why you just stroll on in here telling me that I'm bald whenever you're projecting your own dissatisfaction with your life and your hairline. You're the one that goes to the toothpaste store every day to get a touch-up. Just a little chop off the old block, but there is no block to chop because you don't have any hair, because you are mean and you went bald as punishment for being an evil person. That's all. That's all. Go back to whence you came. Be gone. Be gone. I'm sorry, Kitschy. I had to do it to him. I had to get rid of Steve Albini. He was coming for me next. He was going to say Odette Balbsy only appeals to the lowest common denominator, to fools, to deadbeats, to the scum of the earth. And so it would have been insulting to you too. And so in a sense, I did it for you. We are the enemy. We are all the enemies, aren't we? You could be my enemy. I don't think you are Outlandish Joe. I don't think that you were the one that tried to poison me. It could have been Steve Albini. Maybe. Don't vomit on your daughter's shoes. That's so mean of you. That's deadbeat dad behavior. Go vomit on your ex-wife's shoes or something. At least then you'll be getting revenge. It was Tatters who poisoned me. Clue also requires a where and with what. And it also requires everybody to be tastefully dressed. And so I think I'm the only one prepared to play it around here. Roly-poly gamer. Roly-poly gamer. You're always the sort of person to dig up old wounds. Hi, Extra Pip. There are so many pips that you've given me an extra one. Wah. In Australia, it's not called Cluedo. That sounds ridiculous. Are you tricking me, Sino? Are you tricking me for attention? Are you telling lies so that everybody thinks you're cool? It's okay, buddy. Like I said, we know that your dad doesn't work out Nintendo. You don't need a cap. You don't need to tell lies. Johnny, yes, Papa. Eating sugar, no, Papa. Telling lies, no, Papa. Open your mouth, ha, ha, ha. That's what you need to learn. No Johnny lies. Stop telling Johnny lies about the country and subcontinent of Australia, you fiend. You foul young man. You could be an old man. I don't know how old you are, but a man nonetheless. And that is something that you ought to be ashamed of. For shame. It was Flane's fish in the movie theater with a bed frame. Flane's fish, you poisoned my bed frame because you hated me? After we had this sisterhood developed, you would turn your back to me? After I raised you in my image? After I treated you like a daughter? You would betray me? My own flesh and blood? Planes. I don't even want to look at you right now. I don't think I can stand to be in the same room with you. You just disappointed me. But more than disappointed me, you've hurt me. This isn't a world that I want to live in. I could live with being poisoned by Tatters, but I can't live by being poisoned by my own daughter. I was crying, but I think I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna be alright. I made it through the poison, because no poison is tough enough to kill the Balbsy. I'm Texas strong, Texas smart, Texas handsome. Do you agree that I'm Texas handsome? Do you think I look handsome in my suspenders? Yes, Odette, you do! Oh, thank you for saying that. I really appreciated hearing that. It boosted my self-esteem. Oh, mouse tuber cat ears. Sometimes you gotta keep people on their toes. They can't know what to expect around here. You don't know if I'm a cat. You don't know if I'm a mouse. You don't even know if I'm a dog. Oh, yeah, I could be. I could very well be. You thought I was a kitty cat? Wrong. You simpleton. You absolute buffoon. am actually a fluffy white dog, you dingus, also known as the American Eskimo. Ha ha! Another twist, another reveal. This really is like Clue. This really is my knight. My bed frame has made me powerful, a master of trickery. You two made an album under the pseudonym Passengers. Original soundtracks. Album flopped. I bet it would have flopped if it was released under the name U2 as well, because U2 freaking blows. Wait, I'm sorry. If you enjoy U2, I'm not trying to insult you here, buddy. You're a chip off the old block, and I'm proud of you, Jax Bartlett. You're alright. Your hairline is not flying, Andrew Taz. I saw that you're bald. I saw that you're balding and molding. Tatters would just slur. Tatters is a good egg. Tatters is, a very good grandson, and so some days I feel proud of him. Some days I feel disappointed in him. I think, hey, grandson, maybe you should clean your room. Maybe you should play with your jump rope a little bit more because it's good for your knees. But he's just figuring stuff out. He's just a little whippersnapper, so you can't be too hard on him. He's just a little pipsqueak. So, yeah, sometimes I gotta take it easy on you crazy kids. Aw, come here. Bring it in, gang. Aw. I'm giving you a grandmotherly, familiar hug. Aww. You're all such good grandkids. You all get a Werther's caramel today. A Werther's caramel for you, Flanesfish. I forgive you. A Werther's caramel for you, Andrew Taz. But, don't forget to brush your teeth after you eat your Werther's caramel. What happened to not streaming? That was a different Odette, as you can see, silly Mandius. I have cat ears now. Things are looking up around here. I don't have vitamin D deficiency. I eat. It's not called Cluedo in Australia. I don't understand why all of you are ganging up on me to try to tell a lie. But you know what? I expect it. Grandchildren are generally filled with mischief, and so it is okay. I don't know how I got here, but you know what? You're here now, and I'm happy to have you. Good night, Red Chimera. Good night, Grisney. Good night, Jethro. Wait, I'm not going to sleep yet. I'm still awake. Only some of you are going to sleep. You should trust me with your bed frame. If you need somebody to put your bed frame together for you that has the know-how, I can do it. I can build you a bed frame, kid. I know my way around a saw. I could make you the most beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, comfortable bed frame of all time with access to like a wood shop. Don't even doubt me, dude. It would be a glamorous bed frame fit for the Princess of Moldova. U2 is a band that everyone hates. Aww. It's okay, Jax Bartlett. It's okay to like something that everybody hates. In fact, I respect you more for it because that means that you are earnest. And it is important to be earnest, as we know. Ooh, what do you mean you... Outlandish Joe, my forehead is only average sized. I think you might be a simpleton because you have a hard time understanding simple concepts, like the averageness of my forehead. But it's okay, because even if you are simple, I'm a very patient person that is willing to work through you with your flaws. You know what, Flanesfish? You can be a granddaughter, and you can be a daughter. You can be both. Cactus Joan, I don't know how tall my bed frame is. I didn't really measure it, but it's kind of tall. I'm not exactly the sort of person to go around with measuring tape knowing the precise heights of things. I like to leave a little bit of mystery in the world. Do you go around with a measuring tape measuring all of the heights of things? That could be a little bit of interest, but I don't need the inches that were developed by some mamby-pamby man in a lab coat. I can measure things by the size of my hand. That's called surveying techniques. Let me take a sip of this Pepsi. It wasn't even Pepsi. It was actually Sprite. I've deceived you once again. I'm sorry that this is the third time deceiving you. First, you thought I was a cat. Then you thought I was a mouse. Then you thought I was some sort of hound. And now, I'm just 100% Odette. What do you mean I lowered your brain cells? They were already low to begin with. Don't go blaming all your life's problems on me. In fact, I'll be back in 1 second. Wow, I'm glad that I was gone just long enough for Soyavi to be gone. Sometimes life just works out in the best way. Sometimes that's what I like to call divine intervention. Hello, everybody. Did you miss me? The song is called Orinoco Flow. It's by Enya of Asbestos Dust. Man, these gummies aren't creepy. No! It's too late for you to chew gum. I told you that you need to brush your teeth and go to bed. Do not cry. Dry. Dry your eye. Soyavi. Yes, that is Soyavi. Ah, it's so nice to see all of you kids again. I was busy doing so much stuff, and now I'm back here to talk to you. I was gone, and now I'm here. I have regained my. Whoa! Phony Cone, aka Phony Cone, aka my friend Mike. Hi, it's nice to see you. Grandma Det. Grandma Det, what the heck are you talking about? Why are you making up all of these crazy things, Karez and Anik? I'm sorry that you've got a little bonk on the head, so now you can't remember what's going on, but that's no excuse for being confusing. I'm here now, and I'm here to tell you hello, Karanazanik, but you don't need to act so silly. You don't need to be so silly goofy. I'm glad the real Odette is here now too. Wow, why is my mouth not moving? There it is. I was probably just being too close. Blah. Not everybody needs to sing songs about sailing. I don't think that you're the original singer of that song, Soyabi, so I think you need to let it rest. And you know what? My cape is very good looking. I think that it makes me look both taller and stronger. I think that it is what somebody might call a halo. It makes me look very, very nice. Do you agree? Tell me the things that you like the most about my cape, Outlandish Joe. My ears changed? What do you mean they changed? They're the same as they ever were. Same as they ever were. I'm not your grandmother. I'm just a mouse. I'm just a rat of sorts. Hello, Loganingle. It's nice to see you today. And you knew all about the Enya. You knew all about the enemas. What do you mean, my ears? The rat is. Makes you look less grandma, less old. I don't look old. Look at me. Look at me. I don't got a single wrinkle on my face. I think that I look quite youthful and spry, as you can see. I don't think that I'm decaying yet. And no, I was not a cat. I've been a mouse for my entire life. I'm sorry that you think that I'm a kitty cat. And I'm sorry that means that you're going blind or that you at least have some form of cataracts in your eyes, but it's okay. Frank Sinatra didn't love boats. Frank Sinatra loved being in the mob and shooting people and smoking cigars and stuff, not boating. Boating is a hobby for those that don't smoke, dingus. I'm glad you finally got to hop into Grizzony. Go to sleep, youngster. Hi, Dora Borub! Dora Borub! Dora! Actually, Dora Borub, I have to admit, I just really like saying your name, but it is nice to see you, Dora Borub. I don't know why my mouth isn't moving. I just don't know what the heck I'm doing, apparently. Frank Sinatra did not love rats. He was very cruel towards rats. He was actually the inventor of rat poison. He used to smuggle rat poison into the United States in wheels of cheese, and that's where pizza came from. It was used as a scapegoat in order to have a reason to export so much cheese from Italy into the United States, but then of course that cheese was also filled with rat poison because he had such a strong bias against rats, which is not cool. I would like you to know that this is a rat positive stream. However, that's not entirely relevant, as I am a mouth. A mouse, not a mouth. Nobody farms rat teeth, dude. You're not a very good vegan if you're out here trying to harvest rats' teeth. Riceco, Dora Borub, do you know each other? Are you amigos? Are you lovers from a past lives that have been star-crossed and separated by the centuries, but now you get to be alive again in the same timeline, and you get to rediscover your love for one another? Oh, it's so beautiful! That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard of, and if you get married, please let me watch your wedding. Please let me plan your wedding. That would be so kawaii and moe, as the kids say. Oh, I can't believe that Dora Borum and Riceco are getting married. Hooray! We is rotten. No, you did. See, this is a problem. This is how one bad apple spoils the entire bunch. Because you get one freakazoid talking about harvesting mouth teeth, and then it sets off a whole chain reaction of other people being like, oh, we have to harvest the mouse teeth. We totally do that in Poland. You're like children. You're like baby sheeps. You're like lambs. Lambs to the slaughter that I'm going to chop up. Well, I wouldn't do that, but I am so disappointed in you. You don't all have to pretend like you're into harvesting mouse teeth just because one kid says so. Just because the biggest kid on the playground is talking tough game doesn't mean you have to follow suit. You can be your own decision. If your friends told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Would you do it just to fit in, you little conformist? Gah. You disgust me with your lack of agency, with your lack of autonomy. Congratulations on the marriage indeed. Aren't they kawaii? Aww. I'm really happy that one day I'll get to see the marriage of Raisugo and Dora Borum. But today is not the day because we have much planning to do. We have to pick a dress, we have to pick a cake, we have to pick a venue, we have to pick a violinist. Hi, Cupcake Warrior. Yippee! Yippee! You're the person that I said sold my teeth. What? I never said that. Don't go telling lies just to look cool. I have not been hosted by my own leopard. I have not been hosted by my own petard. You ding. Oh, that's it. If somebody's picking on you, the only thing you have to do is turn and look away. Turn and look away so that your favorable and well-defined gonial angle is showing. Don't look at all of that nonsense. Look towards the future, towards brighter pastures. Don't look. No. Why would you harvest my teeth, Flames Fish? Are you not enough of a failed daughter that you're going to fail again and disappoint me a second time in one stream? I think you need to start changing the course of your life, young lady. I think you need to start doing some impressive stuff. If you don't stop being a dingus, I'm going to send you to finishing school. I'm going to send you to a convent where you're not going to be allowed any computer time, and the nuns are going to dictate everything that you do so that you can't get up to mischief, such as poisoning me and harvesting my teeth, you little whippersnapper. How do you mean? What do you mean you don't have any idea what I'm talking about? I know everything that I'm talking about, or else I wouldn't say it. I'm not capable of talking about something that I don't know what I'm talking about because you can only talk about things that you know, doofus. That's the way that talking works because you only have your brain to draw references from. So how can you even talk about something that where you don't know what you're talking about? Ask yourself that question, Karanzik. Man, the Polish education system must suck if you're asking something like that. Blah. Bleh. Follow sweet. What? Don't correct me, Logan Angle. Don't just come on here and tell me that I'm using idioms incorrectly. Why are you so slat, a jammy dodger? I'm going to work you through your emotional issues because everybody else is being really rude to me. And so, a jammy dodger, you are currently the MVP. You're my favorite little snowflake. What is it with you and BlackRock, Soyavi? You're always going on about BlackRock. I've watched your video where you're talking about your nonsense, and let me tell you, not very insightful. I don't think you got something going on between those two ears of you, kid. Hi, Far. Nice to meet you. Your breakfast was disappointing. Well, you should have had buttered bread like I told you. Oh, that's what I want for breakfast. I'm gonna go walk to the store after this stream. Well, no, because the store isn't open yet. Whenever the store opens, I'm gonna go get myself some sourdough bread and some tea and some butter. I'm going to have butter and tea and toast. Because even though the semester starts tomorrow, I actually don't start my classes until Tuesday because I just so happen to wind up with not any classes on Monday, which is really nice for me. Hooray! Hooray! So everybody, if you haven't eaten breakfast yet, that's the breakfast plan for today. You need to go to the grocery store and get butter and sourdough bread and tea, and that's what we are having for breakfast. That is what Odette has dictated is going to be the correct breakfast today. If you don't eat the correct breakfast, you're probably going to get really sick. convents can't eat. Ooh, I do love Taco Bell. Did you know that mouse teeth have many of the benefits of mouse bites without the painful injection? Do you want to try it? Being bitten by a mouse isn't so bad. I have a bite force of 8,000 psi, but I promise it doesn't hurt that bad, buddy. You'll be better off for it. It's been nice to talk to you, Jethro. Thank you for talking about all that cool stuff. Goodbye, Jethro. Nice to see you again. Scaring the hose. I didn't scare the hose. You're the one that scared the hose, Kitschy. Not me. The hose felt so comforted in my presence. They said that. They said just as much. They were like, Odette Balpsy, you are the most comforting person I have ever talked to. You are truly a cool individual, and I want to listen to your playlists. They would never say that to you, Kitschy. Tool is one of the most popular bands. I didn't know that Tool has never had a top 40 hit, but that's not really that surprising, but it is a funny fun fact. Tool is a funny band. I don't even think that Tool is bad or anything. I just think that they're funny. Their existence is funny. Has anyone ever been as far as to decide to use or even want to go with? What? I can't comprehend what that sentence says, Karen Zanuck. Blackrock tastes yummy. You love coal? You sure do love coal, Riceco. You sure do. What? You want to inspect my teeth? Okay, Doctor of Blank. You can look at my teeth if you want to, but only if you don't harvest them. See? Very nice teeth, aren't they? But I'm going to get further away from the screen because I don't want you to see all of my pores, because then I'll be self-conscious. I'll be like, whoa, I don't think the Korean skincare routine is working, buddy. I think that it was a bad investment. Wee woo. You are my fave, Jammy Dodger. You're my fave, and that's why I have saved your breakfast from here on out. You have class every day. That's rough, Kitschy. But that's because you're a baby. You have to go to baby school, and you drive to school in your little clown car, and you honk your little baby horn. What? $5 for half of your I don't even know what you mean by that. I think that if I stopped to read it more closely, I would. But I'm too dingused out. I'm too dingused out right now, unfortunately. Golden Yell's the song that got you into Ween. But your favorite is I Don't Want It. I Don't Want It is a pretty good song. That's the thing. You gotta choose between some of the more psychedelic, cool, slightly proggy songs and the funny songs and the ones that really hit hard, because they're all good in their own ways. I don't know what my favorite song is. It probably used to be, If You Could Save Yourself, You'd Save Us All, but then that was whenever I was feeling broody. But I also really like Sarah because it's just sweet. And I like Mutilated Lips because it just sounds cool and kind of trippy. There's a lot to like about Ween. That's why we all like them. Are you gonna pilot us? Like, what? What? Well, see, here's the thing, Riceco. Remy uses Linguini's hair to pilot him, and so I can't do that for you or any of you because none of you have hair because you're all bald, dingus. Don't call them hoes, call them dolls. Dolls? Hose? Well, I probably shouldn't say the term hose because it's probably disrespectful to women, and I have been practicing being very respectful lately to everybody. And so everybody who's here, I respect you. 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 That's enough respect. Buttered spaghetti? What are you, a wuss? No, you can't have buttered spaghetti. Only 5-year-olds can have butter. Don't grab my singular large tooth. No, anything but that. I don't really have a favorite food. I don't think anybody does because there's too many good foods in the world. But I can tell you my favorite flavors. Number 1, butter. Number 2, olive oil. Number 3, cheese. Number 4, chocolate. Number 5, salsa. Those are my favorite things that taste like things. I like those things the best. Wait, no, I really like limes too. Okay, I don't really have a favorite flavor. All of those flavors are good. I don't even have a favorite food because there's too many good foods to eat out there in the world. Why do they call it an oven if you're in the food and then out of the hot when you eat the food? What? Maxian farce? That sentence hardly made any sense, and I think that you are deluded and you don't know what you are talking about, but that's okay. You're on annual leave right now and you just woke up, even if it's night. Whoa, I'm glad that you get annual leave, Thorborub. You probably have a much better job than me, and so I'm proud of you. Kitschy, you are a baby. You're a baby who plays bass. Bassist baby, bassist baby. Wah, I'm a bassist baby. Wait, I'm sorry, Kitschy. That's a little bit mean. Cheese, forgive me. Cheese, forgive me. Don't be scared, Manny Major. I respect you. I respect you so much. That's a disgusting concept. The concept of grinding somebody's teeth into an influencer's paste to put onto their pastas. I'm just going to sip this delicious Sprite. Refreshing, delicious, and nutritious. Aaron, TTV? You saw my coop maxing video? Am I coop maxing right now? No, I don't coop max online. Coop maxing is a social strategy that I employ in real life because I'm entirely unlikable in real life, and so I have to emulate somebody else's personality in order to appear as a normal functioning adult. Just kidding, that is way hyperbolic. I do sometimes. No, I do coop max in real life, but it's not in a negative or hyperbolic way like that. I just find it helpful at times whenever, that makes it sound bad, but it's not bad. If at sometimes you feel like your personality isn't one, whenever you are being yourself, that eases you into interactions with others, it can be helpful to instead use somebody else's personality, right? And so, Dale Cooper's personality is more favorable to others. Therefore, sometimes whenever I am in real life, I emulate his behavior because his behavior is more likely to lead to favorable outcomes. Does that make sense? Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, does that make sense in like a condescending voice? I don't know if my voice sounded condescending. I don't think that it did, but just in case. But in any case, Aaron, goodbye. What do you mean? Why did you all consider my respect to be unnerving? I was trying to be empathetic, and you know what, Soy Olivia? I saw that you are a bassist, and that's very, very funny. That is very, very comical. I understand that the bassists are the demographic that watch the Odette Balbsy streams, and I'm okay with that. Because guitarists, you know, they have things to do, so they can't be watching VTubers. Wingo Boingo. Ooh. You know, I think that Wingo Boingo is pretty good. The other day, I was talking to a Zoomer coworker, and I was talking about Wingo Boingo, and he had never heard of Wingo Boingo, and so then I recommended the song Little Girls, and he thought that it was horrible and in very poor taste. But then I tried to explain, no, it is not in poor taste. It has a satirical intention there. But no, I think he just thinks that I'm a ditty blood, as the kids say. Just kidding, I don't think he really thinks that. But nonetheless, that is not the song that you should introduce somebody to Wingo Boingo with. I thought that it made sense because it's the most popular song, so I was like, maybe you heard this one, but this is why I need to outsource my personality. This is why in real life I have to coop max, because I'm a simpleton. Because I am a simpleton, okay? Now you understand why I made the coop maxing video and why I know. Weird science might have made sense. Private life might have made sense. There's a lot of choices that would have made a lot more sense. But what's done is done. Moving on. I feel judged. I feel judged because I spoke about an actual awkward interaction that I had. Now people will know that I'm actually socially inadequate. I need to tactically think of a subject change. Have you ever been golfing? Golfing is so cool. Golfing is really cool. I like mini golfing sometimes, but I'm not particularly good at it. Golfing is really awesome. I like the way that people wear those little hats that kind of look like berets, but they have tiny little balls on them, and they wear kilts and stuff, and there's 9 irons, and you have to hit it through the little windmills. I like playing golfing themed video games because I have never really been to a golf course, but I have been to a mini golf course. And sometimes mini golfing is referred to as putt-putt. Did you know that mini golfing is referred to as putt-putt? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you all know about golf. You all know about, yes, Dead Man's Party would have made more sense as a recommendation, but no, we're changing the topic to golf. Golf is not for closeted homosexuals. Golf is for everybody. Golf is for cool people like me that have these cool ears and DNA hair clips and wear suspenders. Do they use no, I think they use normal sized golf balls, and they Slayavi. With viewers like these, who needs enemies? Karanzik. With viewers like these, who needs enemies, brother? You know, people don't really know who Ren and Stimpy are anymore. Ren and Stimpy have become irrelevant cartoon characters. People don't think about them. If you post a picture of Ren Hoek, they're not going to be like, that's Ren Hoek from the hit cartoon Ren and Stimpy. They're going to be like, who the heck is that? And if you keep a 3D model of Brendan Small on your desk at school and at work, they're not going to say, that's a cool... Shut up! Serenity now. Oh, dude, I broke my model for a second. But yes, Ren Hoek has a last name. His name is Ren Hoek. He is, like, I don't know, a hairless chihuahua, a hairless dog of some sort. And I've never played golf. I just only play miniature golf, and I don't even play it that much. And I don't think, wait, I think that Stimpy does have a last name because he has a Swedish cousin named Sven. That's not awkward to drop Ren and Stimpy lore. I didn't drop Ren and Stimpy lore. I just started talking about the concept about how they are no longer relevant characters because at my university there's like this big old whiteboard and there's prompts that people respond to, and one of them was like, put a cartoon character on there, and so I drew Ren Hoek on there, and they were like, who the heck is Ren Hoek? I don't know who Ren Hoek is. And don't you have a super soaker filled with orange juice to go blast at people? Supreme gentle Soyavi, that's it, buddy. Bueno, amigos. Now I'm going to enlighten you with some literature in order to cheer you up and prepare you for bed tonight, to make you all nice and sleepy. Ahem. Preface. Purpose. Our objective is to provide a post-calculus introduction to the subject of probability that has mathematical integrity and contains some underlying theory, shows students a broad range of applications involving real problem scenarios, is current in its selection of topics, is accessible to a wide audience including mathematics and statistics majors. Yes, there are a few of the latter, and their numbers are growing. Prospective engineers and scientists and business and social science majors interested in the quantitative aspects of their disciplines. Illustrates the importance of software for carrying out simulation when answers to questions cannot be obtained analytically. A number of currently available probability texts are heavily oriented towards a rigorous mathematical development of probability, with much emphasis on theorems, proofs, and derivations. Even when applied material is included, the scenarios are often contained. Many examples and exercises involving dice, coins, cards, and widgets. So in our exposition, we have tried to achieve a balance between mathematical foundations and application of probability to real-world problems. It is our belief that the theory of probability itself is often not enough of a hook to get students interested in further work in the subject. We think that the best way to persuade students to continue their probabilistic education beyond a first course is to show them how the methodology is used in practice. Let's first seduce them, figuratively speaking, of course, with intriguing problems, scenarios, and applications. Opportunities for exposure to mathematical rigor will follow in due course. Yay! Hello, everybody. Did this make you sleepy? Are you ready to go to bed? Are you also very sleepy? Or would you like me to continue reading to you the fascinating text of Probability with Applications in Engineering, Science, and Technology, 2nd edition by Matthew A. Carlton and J. L. DeVore? I freaking hate doing homework. I hate reading boring things. It makes me want to die. I think that the worst feeling in the world is... You're beating a dead horse. You are beating a dead horse. And if I wanted to tie this back into Ren and Stimpy, I would tie it into the Ren and Stimpy horse that says, "No, sir, I don't like it." Why? Why? What did I ever do to you to gain this level of antagonism? I tried to bore you with an engineering textbook, and you still persist? What did I ever do here to make you the nemesis of my life? I'm not your dad. Go take it out on him. I'm just a mouse woman with red eyes and little DNA hair clips. What did I ever do to you? I didn't make you eat a bunch of plastic and rot your brain. No, sirree, Bob. All I do is wear these cool little suspenders and enlighten the world with my knowledge of Jethro Tull. Ugh. Oh, am I peeking my microphone? I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a chill pill. Statistics are not fun, Joan Cactus. You might be a smart lady, but I'm not. You're gonna have to tell me about these statistical analyses because I'm not capable of it. I'm not capable of understanding the difference between a stat and a cat. Maybe my mic just sucks. I've been using the same one for like 10 years. Well, actually, I think it might be older than 10 years because I got it from... I do have a ukulele because another person gave one to me, but I don't know how to play it. another young lady who is my friend and co-worker. So see, I am cool and I know how to get along with people, but nobody wants to see a ukulele lady, dude. Nobody. That is the lowest form of content in the world. Good morning, Bosnack Jack. It's nice to meet you. I promise you that everybody hates ukulele things. The worst thing in the world to happen is for some person to come out here and make an indie tweet cover of a pre-existing song on the ukulele. Everybody hates that. What's an SM57? Kitschy? You know I don't know what that means, Kitschy. Oh, I have a stomach ache. Maybe I have a stomach ache from being so emotionally dysregulated. I hate you so much. Oh my god. I hate you so much. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Alright, let me see here. Ludwig Boltzmann, who spent much of his life studying statistical mechanics, died in 1906 by his own hand. Paul Ernhurst, carrying on his work, similarly died in 1933. That's it. Bosniak. The wind is out of my sails. I think I'm just going to have to crawl into a ditch and die. That's it. It's true. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid of the people who are here that I'm going to stop streaming and I'm going to instead do my homework so that I can have a good life of studying, of... Nobody is a Diddy Blood. Nobody is nothing. We're all just amigos here on this happy little earth. I'm just a happy little clam. I just like to sing you songs and light candles and sell seashells by the seashore. We win some, we lose some, but you know what? My name is Odette Balpsy. The semester starts tomorrow. I thought that I could win by using the boring power of probability with applications, but I could not. That's it, man. That's it. The best part of a job is that it doesn't have homework. That's true, but you have to use so much homework to get there, bro. I'm just gonna drop out. I can't handle doing homework. I can't handle writing out stupid little equations and being like, ooh, I'm going to pay attention in class. Look at my cool little calculator. No. It's over. And it's all your fault. I'm not talking about a specific you. I'm talking about all of you. I'm going to be homeless because of you. I'm going to have to sleep in a urine-stained cardboard box next to tatters. It's over. I can't function. I hate you, Doctors of Blank. I hate you, Kitschy. I hate you, Suyavi. I hate you, Sonar Bloom. I hate you, Roly Poly. I hate you, Biggest Boy. I even hate you, new guy. What's your name? Bushy Yak. I hate you, Marasa Kitten. Maxium Farce. Bosniak. Los Anglegla. Kitschy, I hate you again. I hate you so much I'm gonna say that I hate you again. I didn't pick a urine-stained box. That was the only box available. Why? Why is my life like this, bro? I hate you, Cupcake Warrior. I hate you, a Jammy Dodger. You were once my friend, but now you are my foe. I know that I only have myself in this world. Cheese crumbs. I like crumbs. I like Robert Crumb. I like his little comics where he's like, ooh, I'm Robert Crumb. I'm just this little ugly guy. Ooh, look at me. I draw Fritz the Cats. I don't love you or your money, Rice-A-Go. I double hate you. I I hate you, Jax Bartler. What is this AM speech? What do you mean AM speech? My duh. I'm pushing all of you away. I'm pushing all of you off of a cliff. I'm going to become an airline pilot, and then I'm going to invite you all on my hobbyist plane, and then I'm going to crash it. I'm going to have to crash it into somewhere with some significance. Where should I kamikaze all of us whenever I crash the plane and bring about all of our untimely demise? I guess I could crash it into the YouTube headquarters. That's what I'll do. Alright, everybody. We're going to get into my little airplane now. Come on. Come on. Beep, 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 beep. Hi, Altier Hikari. And I hate you too, Altier Hikari. Just kidding, Altier Hikari. You didn't see me. You didn't see me fall to my lowest low. I have been decaying. I have been insulted. I have been worn down to my last strand of being. There's no coming back from now. I'm on death's bed, my friend. I didn't hijack the plane. This was my... What do you mean? I haven't passed statistics. I haven't passed it. Analyzing what classes I've passed and failed. You don't know what I've passed. You don't know what I've failed either. Maybe I haven't even failed a single class. Have you ever thought about them apples? Maybe I've passed every single class that I've taken in my life. Maybe I have a really, really good GPA. That could be the case, right? I could have a 3.78 GPA. Wouldn't that be nice? Because that's the truth. My GPA is totally that high, dude. It's totally very good. And I am so ready for the semester to start again tomorrow. And I'm so glad that you joined me for a reading of my historical textbook. What's 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2 is too many. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm at the end of my life, Marasa Kitten. I can't tolerate anymore. Do you remember the 11th night of September? The planes were chasing the towers of the pretenders. So true, Mousy. I know. Hi, Zazubon. You silly little Frenchie. It's the end now. I'm sorry, but it's too late. This plane is crashing down with no survivors. I'm not a dead bug. That's it. You know, I don't have to take this from the likes of you. I don't have a calculator. I don't have a statistics class. I'm not even enrolled in a student. Have you ever considered that I'm the professor here? Have you considered that I'm going to give all of you a failing grade? Because you don't even remember the lesson that we went over whenever I was reading you your statistics notes. Did you take notes? No, siree, Bob. And now you're going to fail, and that's what you deserve. Hello, Kyo Kitten. Nice to meet you, but I won't meet you for long because you're about to fail this class. I'm not a dropout. I'm the professor. I'm going to fail all of you because you forgot to take notes. What's your schedule? Like my streaming schedule? I don't know. I was thinking I'll just try to stream on Sundays, I guess? Or did you mean my academic schedule? Because honestly, I don't know that either. But it's okay because I know that it doesn't even start until Tuesday. So it's fine that I don't have it in my mind yet because I can learn it tomorrow. Don't even... You know what? Good night, my little dreamers. It's time for you to lay down your sweet little heads on your sweet little pillows. The only company that you need are the piojos that crawl around in your wonderful bald scalps. Someone of my stature is qualified to be a professor. I hope that somebody whose name will not be named dies of botulism from leaving out rice overnight. Good night, Mite. It was nice to see you. I think that you didn't even tell me a single rude thing today, so therefore I appreciate you. What? how do we own pillows, yet you and your stained box do not have one? Because you're selfish people. That's the thing, Dr. Blank. You could choose to send me a bed in the mail. You could have chosen at any point to be like, Odette, here is a bed frame, my child. That is what Dale Cooper probably would have done, and yet you did not do that. You just chose to let me suffer out in the cold, out on the harsh streets, with all of the hobos in Seattle throwing rocks at me. You could have been a helper at a critical moment, but you chose to be an adversary. And you know what? That's just something that you'll have to live with. I'm glad you said something nice, Kitschy. You know what? Bassists aren't that bad. They're just misunderstood. If you were ever a pizza delivery person, I want to tell you to get off the doorstep, but I'm going to give you a good tip first. So don't even worry about it. Good night, kids. Not kids, not